Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 186. Thank you guys so much for being here. You know who it is. And if you don't, it's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here. I got to start off and say thank you to my co-hosts for being flexible with their schedule, because I'm in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, nice.
Needed to do it at night. And so here we are at night again. We've done a lot of night episodes lately.
Yeah, we have.
It feels like.
Yeah, a lot of them. Well, this has been one of the most compacted tours for you, though, in a while, right?
It's been nuts.
It's like crazy.
It's cray-cray. That's for sure.
I think in the 3 years we've done this is the most you've been kind of have to record out on the road.
On assignment?
Yes. On assignment, Gabe Patillo.
But at least the touring life is as glamorous as everyone thinks it is.
Oh, of course it is.
That would be the exact opposite. Yeah, exactly right. Oh, man. Ed Placencia.
Yes.
You know all about the touring life. You've talked to musicians across the country, across the world. What do you got going on, man?
Dude, Quantum Break is what's been going on.
Yeah, man. I'm dying to know because it's been getting some hate online. But
I know.
You seem to be enjoying it, so tell me more.
I'm trying to hear about it. Yes, please.
You know, it's funny because I'm a big, like Gabe, I'm a big movie guy, and I have found that when it comes to reviews, there's pretty much only one reviewer I really tend to agree with and pay attention to. And I've learned that everyone else, it's just opinion when it comes down to it. And you have to see who you vibe with. So you can say Entertainment Weekly said this, but then I have to say, yeah, but which writer at Entertainment Weekly said that, and go on from there. So I don't read reviews ahead of time, just so I go in with no expectations. And I'm having a blast.
Good.
Really?
I've been seeing some of the, now that I've started it, I'm about 4 hours into it. I've kind of looked at some of the reviews and saw some of the shade being thrown on it. But for someone who talks about, I'm not a big multiplayer guy because I prefer a story. This is what I'm talking about. This is story.
Nice.
And they do such a cool job of weaving in the live action. At first, the first live action spot, it was a little weird. Just because
live action's in the game?
I'm sorry?
Live action is in the game?
Yes.
Yeah, so the cutscenes are the live action scenes, right?
Yeah, after there are certain points in the game where you have to make a decision, and what you decide steers the game in one direction or the other. And the only thing I read ahead of time is that they filmed actually 40 live action segments. So depending on what you chose, they'd have something to do.
Oh, that's great.
Which is why you've got 70 gigs of it on your hard drive right now.
Exactly.
Right. That all makes complete sense now. If it's live action video, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's not just live action. It's like full on. The production value is it's incredible.
Wow.
And it's like watching the first time it popped in, it was right after this really intense battle, and I needed a break. And you just kick back for 23, 24 minutes and just watch it. Yeah.
Wow.
24 minutes?
That's a little long.
And it's
I don't think they're all that long, though, right?
So far, they've been anywhere from 21 to 24 minutes.
Oh,
that's an episode of Seinfeld. That's like a sitcom.
Exactly.
I mean, that's like a daytime show.
It's really cool because the episodes, and that's not spoiling anything, but they don't necessarily revolve around the guy you're playing. And so it's sort of kind of like how Star Wars The Force Awakens, you finally got to look and see, oh, wow, there's people in that stormtrooper mask. What are they going through?
Right.
It kind of takes you into not just the good guy, but, hey, what about someone who's an employee at the bad guy's corporation? And it's really cool how they do it.
Wait.
Yes.
22 minutes?
He's still stuck on the 20-minute cutscene.
That's a long time.
Needless to say, it makes that episode of the YouTube channel really easy for me.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh my gosh. So it doesn't feel too long?
The first one did, just because I didn't know if I would have to all of a sudden jump in. And at the end of the first one, there were a couple of action scenes, and I thought, I'd rather be playing this than watching it. But when I got used to it, it's just kind of cool because I'm really enjoying the story, and so it's like you're watching an action TV show, and the characters and the stories and the acting is amazing, and it's really cool how they did it. And it's surprisingly seamless the way they do it as well because the animation is so good.
Wow. That seems a little long for me. I don't know
that
how
seems
I feel
like
about
a
that
long
yet.
time. How many have you? Okay, so here's the question.
Okay.
How long have you played, and how many times have you had that long of a cutscene?
I have played. How long have I played, or how long are the final videos? Because that's.
I know, right? All the deaths.
I've put in quite a good amount of time. So I played probably for about an hour and a half before I hit the first video.
Okay, so can we say safely that for every hour and a half you have a 25-minute video to watch?
That's probably correct because if you die, they're not extremely generous with the save points. So you have to kind of start. You have to back up a little bit, and so a couple of them are pretty tricky to get through. And so once you get through those, then a break is kind of welcome.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Does it give you an option to skip the cutscenes?
Well, of course.
It kind of, when the cutscene starts, the little player and the controls of skip and fast forward and stuff, that pops up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you probably wouldn't want to do that on your first playthrough, I would assume.
No, but like, what would really suck is if you got killed and then had to go back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
that's
sure
true.
I'm sure they don't go back through the cutscene. They just go to your starting point as a player.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah,
As a dad and husband, that sounds terrible. Like if I say, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna go play video games for an hour," and half that hour is watching something that's not playing a video game.
I was just gonna say that, Gabe. I was gonna just say, that's half my game time right there.
Right. And what's cool about it is it's very easy to go back in when you start the game up and go in the main menu. They have your timeline all laid out, and you can go back and say, "Okay, now I'll watch that scene."
Oh, okay.
So they kind of make it easy. So if you want to skip the scene and just go back into the action,
but you'll miss the story though.
Yeah, you'll miss a little, but it's nothing that's crucial to your gameplay. It just gives you some backstory of what's going on around you.
Interesting.
So you feel like you could skip it wholeheartedly and not miss anything? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
that sounds,
man,
that sounds interesting, terrifying, and cool all at the same time.
It really does.
It's all of the above. It's really cool, and it's like nothing I've ever played before, which is I think also why I like it so much.
Right,
it's
exactly.
so different.
Oh, that's cool, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and you're a story guy too, so that makes me kind of excited. I may have to go pick this bad bear up.
Well, and
the story's good?
The story's really good, and what they've really done well is, you can go, like a lot of games, you can pick up collectibles, and it's like a note or a letter, and a lot of times I just skip that and save it for later and then end up never reading it.
Well, of course.
Right,
and the other day I went through and kind of read everything and listened to audio clips and stuff, and the detail they give you, and it even fleshes out the story even more. It's really cool. It's really well done.
All right. Good up.
So,
man.
Thumbs up from Eduardo.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Gabe still doesn't believe
on
you.
That, man.
He's like, 22-minute cutscenes, I don't believe you.
That seems like, no, it's not that I don't believe him. It's just like, I'm just trying to think of my life, and especially my gaming life lately, like on tour.
Yeah.
Like, I'm lucky to get to play for 30 minutes.
Right.
And so if I got to play for 7 minutes and then had to watch something the rest of the time, I'd be so bummed. I'd feel like I didn't game at all.
Well, and that's why they give you the option to skip it. So you don't have to watch it, and it doesn't.
But you know me.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but Gabe, you're going to watch it.
That's true.
You're definitely going to watch it.
Just like you've never skipped one, right, Ed?
I haven't. But, for you, when you're on the bus and you get in your bunk, you could, sit down and watch two of them while you're just laying in the bunk, and you don't have to play the game. You can just pull it up and watch it.
On YouTube?
Or now on YouTube, as I go along.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the service.
We got you covered.
He said, thank you for the convenience.
There you go.
What else is going on with you, brother?
I finished Uncharted 1 and 2 before Quantum Break came out.
Dude, how are you doing this, man? You are flying through games. I'm still stuck on Primal. You're already 6 games out past Primal.
Because he ain't got no children and a wife that works.
I know,
exactly.
man. I'm so jealous.
Hey. I can tell you how he's getting through them. Married to the games, baby.
Yeah,
that's
he's
right.
doing it.
I know that's right.
Also, a lot of crack cocaine.
Oh, snap.
Surprisingly helpful.
It's just a gateway drug.
My focus is on point.
Also, crack cocaine.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
I'm just
funny.
kidding. If you're listening, kids, I do heroin.
Oh, that's even better.
That's funny.
Pokey poke.
Oh, man.
That's right. But so yeah, just kind of catching up on stuff I feel like I've missed. Everything at the studio is going really well, and yeah, it's been a nice week.
Has Sarah been in town?
Sarah has been in town. Yeah, she actually leaves this weekend. So heads up, YouTube, a bunch of Quantum Break coming your way.
Yeah, you got all the time in the world now.
Yes.
That's awesome.
But it's cool because Sarah's been in the room while I've been playing Quantum Break. And at first, when the first cutscene came up, she said, "Do you like this, that it's this long?" And then a couple into it, she was like, "This is really good."
Cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
There you go.
That's awesome, man.
Golly.
So it's been cool. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it. Router.
Oh, I had that poop life this weekend.
What was that all about?
Rub-a-dub-dub.
What was that?
Let me break
That
it
was
down for you.
freaking gross is what it was.
It was really freaking gross for a nice, awesome Saturday night. So I'll give you a quick backstory. A month ago, we were having issues with, you just heard a lot of gurgling in all the pipes in the house. And that's usually an indication there's a clog somewhere in the lines. So one day, like Piper's toilet actually was just not flush. It was just backing up. It wasn't overflowing. It was just backing up. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know what this is. I'm going to call a plumber. So I call our plumber. He comes in. He's like, all right, let's turn on all the faucets, all the bathtub faucets, because that kind of will help pressurize the lines. And usually if it's a soft clog, it'll help force out whatever's there. Little plumbing 101 for everybody. So, so it was
hashtag soft clog.
Exactly. So it still kind of wasn't going down. So he grabbed a good old plunger, drained the water in the toilet, started plunging. Next thing you know, everything's fine. So cut to Saturday night. Lauren and I are going out with some friends. We're over at their house, which is literally right around the corner. And my in-laws are taking care of Piper. And then my mother-in-law texts me saying, "Hey, Piper's toilet isn't flushing." And I'm like, okay, well, do this, because this is exactly what we just did a month ago. Run all the lines and see if that helps with anything, and you may have to plunge a little bit. The next text I get is, "There's sewer water coming up." Well, she said there's poop water coming up the bathtub. I'm like, oh. So I look at Lauren. I said, "You stay here. I'll go back and I'll start dealing with this." So I start.
Man.
I go back. The slop sink in the garage is almost full, and that's got some nastiness in it. So I immediately I open the garage door and I get this beautiful aroma, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. So I go in, I just kind of look around, assess things, tinker with things a little bit, and see if anything happens. I flush the toilet, and then next thing you know, I see water starting to come up in the bathtub some more. I'm like, oh great. No. So I call the after-hours hotline of our plumber. He's down in Spring Hill. This is like Final Four action, too. I'm like, dude, I'm really sorry. I know it's Final Four. It's like, hey, this is part of the job. I'll be there in 20 minutes. I said, okay, great. So about 30 minutes goes by, and he comes in, and he's like, oh, yeah, okay, this will be fun. So the problem is he did all of his little checking, and the toilet, he has to take the toilet off. He has to pop the toilet off. But the problem is, because of the water in the sink in the garage, because it's the same line, if he pops that toilet off, water's going to go everywhere. So he's thinking about...
You mean poop water's going to go everywhere?
Yeah, anything and everything. Whatever's backed up in there is just going to start leaking out.
Lord. Lord.
Oh, yeah. So I get nervous about that. So I grab a bunch of old towels, and I'm like prepared. I'm like ready as he's like starting to pop it off. So he slowly like cracks it open, and water starts coming out. He's like, all right, hang on. I got an idea. He had a hand crank pump
That's great.
in his truck. So what we do is we go to the garage slop sink. I'm holding a 5-gallon bucket while he's manually pumping out this nasty poop water. So what do? I throw it all in our garden. I said, Mama, we're going to have great tomatoes this summer. And so he's like, yeah, you can pretty much put it wherever you want. consider it fertilizer. I'm like, great. So I basically fertilized all
Note
of
to
our
self,
beds.
no tomatoes from Router's house.
I know, right?
Well, what do you think cow manure is?
I don't think about it.
I know, exactly.
We're not playing football in his yard.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how everybody says, just enjoy the sausage, don't worry about how it's made?
Right.
That's how it works.
Enjoy the lovely lettuce. Just don't think about the flex in it. So anyway, he's sitting there pumping. Finally, it goes down. He's like, all right, let's try this. Let's test this out. And he lifts the toilet up, and hallelujah, no water. So he pops it off, grabs this big old machine, the snake, and goes down about 5 feet, cranks it, boom, everything's gone. He's like, yeah, you had a soft clog. I don't know what it was. And nothing came up when he pulled the snake back up. So what was that? 2-3 hours later, after leaving to go to a friend's house, it was done. And Lauren's like, my dad's going to come pick me up and bring me back home. And so by the time she got back, I was too busy bleaching the snot out of the bathroom.
Everything.
By the end of that night, it smelled like a chemistry lab in there.
Don't go in the garden, whatever you do.
Yeah, right. I told her, I said, hey, just, avoid the garden for about a day. Let the smell wear off, and we'll be good. And we'll have lovely fruits and vegetables there.
Router's like, I got my nose fixed for this. This is what I was missing.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it was just kind of gross looking. So I wasn't gagging or anything. Gabe, I think he would have been like, the whole time. But it was definitely manageable. We cleaned everything out. My in-laws were awesome. Like, my mother-in-law went and got like 2 gallons of bleach, and I just bleached the snot out of everything, and now everything's great. And the whole time Piper's like, Daddy, you're home. Oh, give me a hug, give me a kiss. Smile, Daddy. It's okay. Smile. And I'm like, okay, honey, it's all right. She's actually being really sweet. And then the next day when I give her a bath, she's like, is there poop in here? And I said, no, honey, everything's fine.
So now you're selling the house.
Yes.
And where are you guys moving?
You probably would have sold the house at this point. You would have been like, all right, we're out of here. Where are we going? So that was pretty much, that was just Saturday. Saturday was pretty exciting.
Eventful.
During the day on Saturday, we got a playhouse, an outdoor playhouse for Piper that we found at Costco for really dirt cheap. On the box, it says two person, 3 to 5 hours assembly time.
Oh, okay. Here comes a story.
I was like, oh boy. Actually, no. I have to say, I kind of rocked it out. I did it in 6.
Nice.
So, there you go.
Nice.
So it was a beautiful day. We started at like noon on Saturday. It was a beautiful day out. I laid out everything and had my little Milwaukee drill and just went to town. And this little girl loves her playhouse. She goes out there at night, in the morning, whenever she can.
Best.
We're stringing up. We have little twinkle lights inside. We got a little table and chairs for her.
That's awesome.
It was a great daddy moment. She was loving it. She came up to mommy and me, and she was like, "Thank you, mommy. Thank you, daddy." It was super sweet. So that was a kind of a proud daddy moment.
Nice.
The other proud daddy moment is Tuesday, Star Wars Force Awakens, and we're watching it in the car, baby. Piper's like,
yeah.
Because
Nice.
she loves BB-8. She's been talking about BB-8 for so long, and every time there's a commercial or a spot or whatever, she's like, there's BB-8. And I've gotten her through Star Wars, Empire, and half of Jedi, like loosely, because she loses her attention span is, as a 4-year-old would be.
Squirrel.
Right.
But she's watching Force Awakens, and I'm just so happy. I'm over the moon right now. It's really awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
And then on the gaming front, I am cranking out, trying to get to that platinum for Primal.
Nice.
Just kind of sludging through it, and it's still fun, man. I'm still having a good time with it. There is still so much to do. I feel like I'm only at like 58%, and I feel like I'm at 65% trophies. So I've got there's a few that I have to kind of grind out a little bit, but I'll make it happen because I'm having too much fun with this game.
Yeah.
So did you beat the story already though?
No, I'm actually taking my time. Like I just finished a major part of the story. Now I'm doing more side missions and more collecting and basically running down the trophy list and see, okay, what do I got to do now? And then starting to work my way toward that.
So does the trophy list not have any spoilers in it that you had to stay away from?
No, I didn't see any spoilers at all. And
nice.
And I think what they're doing now, which is pretty good, is if there would possibly be a story, it's a hidden trophy until you actually unlock it. Like, because there was one mission that I did that wasn't on the trophies list at all, but it was probably a hidden trophy. So that's honestly the smart way to do it, because that way there's no spoilers. It's just, if there's a trophy there that you don't know about, it's probably a story, part of the story, like an achievement that you have to do. And I'm totally fine with that. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I've gone on for way too long. But so I'm doing Primal, Rocket League, and I'm hitting that Clash Royale, baby.
Yeah.
Nice. It is so much fun. I finally joined joined our NTTG clan today, because for some reason the join button wasn't up.
Because I have it set to like you have to have 400 trophies or something like that, and only because I noticed with Clash of Clans, if you just have it open to everybody, then you got a bunch of like riffraff that just joins and then drops out, joins and drops out. I
kind of figured that, so I hit 400 today. That makes all the sense in the world now. So now I'm part of the NTTG clan. And I'm going to start repping. It is fun, man. I'm having a good time with it.
Is it? I like it too.
Yeah, I really like it. And my nephew was right. He said you're going to get hooked on it, and I absolutely.
You need to tell him to join the clan too. Shoot.
Yeah, I got to tell him to join it anyway.
We need all the help we can get.
That's it for me. I'm done.
There you go.
I'm all pooped out. But
wow.
Chris McCracken.
What's up, guys? So last Friday, Stacey and I went and met some friends of ours that we have dinner with. We try to have dinner with every so often. They're actually one of the couples that's in our game night that
Sweet.
we have. And we went to...
And you were like, can you guys throw one of the games, please? Can y'all please throw a game so we can win one? Is that what you said to him?
No. It's already set in stone. Like, we're just going to a normal rotation. And not the next... Actually, the couple that we went with, they're the ones hosting next time, and we get it after them. So
there you go.
Nice.
It's going to happen.
You get to feel like winners.
Exactly. I'm just going to take the trophy and be like, look, I win. I win, okay? So we went to the Dave & Buster's, which I haven't been to a Dave & Buster's in forever. Completely forgot how expensive that place is.
Yes, sir.
But also how fun that place is.
Yeah. Right.
So I still had a good time there. They had the Star Wars pod game. I've never played it because I'd never seen it anywhere at a arcade that I had gone to. So I tried that out, and that was pretty cool.
That junk is fun.
Yeah, it is. And they also had this. It was a Jurassic Park game, and you're supposed to be like in a Jeep, and you have these guns attached, and you move around.
Yeah.
And me and Stacy could play that one together, and we were destroying the heck out of those dinosaurs. I'm just gonna say
that's awesome.
So there's like 3 storylines, if you will, and each storyline you choose, there'll be like 4 missions or so, and we got through 2.5 of them.
Nice.
Storyline. So yeah, we were killing it. I mean, we put a lot of charge stuff on the coin. You just, after a while, you're like, yeah, just swipe the card, whatever. Let's keep going. Get on there. Come and help me. So I don't know how much we spent, but it was awesome.
Let me ask you this: Did you work out the math of how much that Star Wars game was? No,
I didn't.
Dude, we went to a place one time and it was $5 to play it. One time. $5, and one of my guys played it 3 times. He played every mission. I was like, he just spent $15 on that Star Wars pod game.
Wow.
But that junk is fun.
Now you got me wondering. Although I did only play it twice because it was a pretty popular little place.
His bank is now overdraft. Got all these overdraft fees from all the pod gaming.
Hang on a second. Hey, honey, can you check the... No, never mind. So that was cool. And then Saturday, Stacy and I went down to Waco, and she watched this show she watches on Netflix. It's on, I think, HGTV, called Fixer Upper.
Fixer Upper, baby.
Yeah, and the guys, guy and woman, they're based out of Waco, and they have this place called Magnolia.
Yep.
And they sell all this cool stuff, and it's a really neat little area. They've got these big silos there and this big whole open grassy area, and they... kids will be playing games just out there, and they've got all these food trucks and a little coffee truck and everything. It's really cool. And the weirdest thing, I was there, and then I see this guy kind of looking over me. He's got a Nintendo hat and a Last of Us shirt, and he goes, "Hey, man, can I ask you something?"
Uh-oh.
I was like, uh-oh. He said, "You Uncle Brett fan with Married to Games podcast?"
Oh, yes.
No, it's because it was Gabe. It was Gabe.
Nice.
Yeah, it was me. Sorry. We're not that famous.
Yeah, I wanted to act cool for one time, be like, oh yeah, I got recognized.
That's really cool. So, Gabe, you went to Magnolia too? I bet your wife was freaking out.
That's the only reason I went.
Oh.
It's because of my wife.
There you go.
You should see the picture. It's me and like 4 women.
Yeah.
Like that went down from the tour. It's me and 3 girls. It's me, Nerva, Holland, and Colton Dixon's wife.
That's amazing.
And Colton the next day goes, dude, thank you so much for taking her to Magnolia. Because he went and saw Batman vs. Superman again for a second time.
That's awesome.
And she didn't want to go, so she was like left at the venue by herself.
Oh.
He's like, dude, thank you so much for taking her. You saved me.
Oh, man. Lauren would be so jealous right now. That's so cool, man.
Dude, that place is incredible. Right, Chris?
Oh, my gosh. It's crazy. It's huge, for one thing. I didn't realize how big it was going to be.
Well,
yeah.
Chip and Joanna Gaines, man, you got to give them props because they have really built an empire out of Fixer Upper anyway.
Jokers, man.
They're great people to begin with, and just based on everything that I've read, and like they've got their own blog, and they're just really great people, and their success is, just because they're good quality, honest people, and I think Chip can pretty much do anything and build anything at this point.
Exactly.
So, Chris, that was your first time there too?
Yeah, Stacy's been wanting to go forever because she's, like I said, been watching the show. And the town that Toby's show was going to be in was just a little bit south of there, about 40 minutes south. So it was perfect. We could just go straight to there, hang out there for a little while, and then go south to the show where we could watch the concert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
really perfect. It worked out perfectly, really. Couldn't have planned it better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So I got to hang out with Mr. Gabe. We went to a gaming store on the way down to where the venue was going to be.
We had to.
Yeah, absolutely, we had to.
Right?
It wouldn't have made any sense if we got together and didn't do that.
And then Stacy, she tells me later on, she's like, yeah, when y'all were looking at all these games, I was going to take some pictures of you guys, but I didn't do it. And I was like, oh, you should have taken them. That would have been awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Because this is like the second time we've hung out and we didn't take any pictures.
I can't believe that. We are the worst. We took a video. We took a 200 video saying who's coming to 200, and I was editing it and I imported it into Premiere where I do all my stuff. And I didn't notice, but there's like a truck in the background. I was like, and I was like, well, not posting that crap.
Hey, guys, this is Gabe from Married to the...
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like.
Can you please let me and Router dub the voices?
Oh, that would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. We should totally do that.
Let's do that.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
Done.
I'm going to send it to Ed, and you dole out how to do it, and we're going to get that done.
That would be awesome.
That would be a perfect other way to do that. Oh, my gosh. Chris, what are you playing right now?
I am playing, well, last week I played Minecraft Story Mode Episode 5, which was supposed to be the last episode, but they announced these new 3 bonus episodes they're going to add onto it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this, the 5th episode was probably my favorite episode out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely the most enjoyable. It felt the other ones all were kind of leading up to a certain thing and then ended, which felt weird enough because you're like, okay, I've got a whole nother episode and you're ending this part 4 felt like an ending. It didn't feel like it was going to be going anywhere else after that. So this felt like starting a brand new one, which kind of makes sense why they're giving you 3 bonus episodes since they're starting a new arc to the story. Mm-hmm. But it was very self-contained. It ended on a little bit of cliffhanger at the end to kind of let you know, hey, we're going to keep on going with this. But overall, it felt like one cohesive story. And it was definitely the most enjoyable out of all of them.
Fantastic.
And then I played the Final Fantasy 15 Platinum demo.
Yeah, the Platinum demo.
And let me just make this completely clear. I've never played Final Fantasy anything.
Ever.
So, ever in my life. And so I had no clue what to go into.
We've already established you're dead inside, so it totally makes sense.
Well, you got my back, right, Router?
I totally have your back. You're a brave soul for even going into there. For even going into that realm, you're a brave soul, and I applaud
it's a
you.
dark cave.
Well, I mean, I'm a fan of Metal Gear Solid, and it's got a lot of kind of weird stuff throughout it. The whole genre and everything. So I was like, okay.
Lot.
This has got to be next level weird stuff. Tell us more.
No, yeah, it is.
Okay, good.
So you started out and they're on the cover, and I found out later there's this creature on the main screen, the splash screen where you log in, and it's like a cat bird with a long tail and a narwhal horn. And it's like, all right,
with Gabe's face in the middle.
Yeah, right. And so I was like, here we go. I mean, I guess this is what we get into. And by the way, this is all on the YouTube channel if you wanted to go and watch it. If you're curious.
I need to actually go watch that one.
You should be curious because it's a curious thing.
And so I wasn't sure, like, because the last demo was kind of like a chunk of the game or a chunk that feels like it could be part of the game, right?
Yes, it definitely was.
So I wasn't sure if this was going to be something similar to that. I had no clue what it was going to be. So you start out and the main character's name is Noctis, I think, and you're a young Noctis. Or Noct?
They called him Noct for short. I forget what the full thing was.
Well, it's either Noct or Noctis. I feel like I saw both. I had the subtitles on, but I could be wrong. Anyways, you're a young version of him, and you're waking up, and you're in a dream world, and this little catbird rabbit narwhal is taking you through, and it's just like so the funny thing is it walks up to you right after you wake up, and it puts down. I thought it was an iPad. It was just a cell phone, a really big cell phone. I was like, okay, this creature is giving me a cell phone.
Catbird
narwhal.
Catbird rabbit narwhal. And then he just
monkey
makes,
baby puppy was scary.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know exactly.
And he just makes this noise. But when he does that, he's speaking to you through the cell phone.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh, okay, great. So now, even though he'll be like, and then he'll tell you like 4 sentences, it's like, okay, I don't know how that works, but it does. And you just run through, you gather some coins or some gold coin kind of things. You step on some plaques that make the world speed up, or not really the world, but like the weather speed up or change the weather. And then these little blue guys show up and you hit them with either a sword or a squeak hammer.
I'm so happy right now.
A squeak hammer?
A squeak hammer was hilarious. Here's the thing is, I'm setting up my inventory as it's teaching me how to do that, and it says squeak hammer. And I say squeak hammer, but I'm thinking it's not a squeak hammer. No, it was a squeak hammer. You're like, boom, squeak!
What are you fixing, Felix, all of a sudden? What's going on?
Oh, yeah.
So you jump through a portal, it takes you to a new realm, and now you're like really little bitty, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids little bitty. And rabbit narwhal is way large.
Catbird.
He leads you to another one. You jump through that. And it's actually, the whole thing's really, really short. I was done with it in probably about 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's only 2 episodes. Yeah.
I don't know. And again, not knowing, I was like, well, I remember the last one was pretty long, so I was expecting it to be this big, long thing, and it wasn't. The last part, you transform back into your older version of yourself, and you fight this big thing. I don't know what it was.
Narwhal.
No, it's a big knight-looking thing with a sword, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of cool. Well, he had spikes, but I don't know if his hair. But that was cool. And then when you get done with that, you just go and it ends, and it's got all these prompts at the end, and you get to name cat, rabbit, narwhal. And so I named him Narwhalio.
Oh yeah.
And then right after that, it says, do you want to pre-order Final Fantasy 15? And I quickly went down to no.
The way you said no was what was so perfect about it, though. He was like, no.
Why would I want this?
Did you not see what I just went through?
I'm just still very much on the fence.
You should have named your catbird Narwhal Gabe.
You're not on the fence.
No.
You
Seriously,
can't even see the fence.
No, seriously.
From where you're standing.
The last fight with the big whatever it was, that was really cool. It was actually very reminiscent to me of a slightly easier Bloodborne, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I liked Bloodborne. I didn't beat it, but when I played of it, I liked it. So that part, if I have a lot of that and just a little bit of the weird stuff, then I'm cool. But I want to wait and see.
What's funny is the first demo that they put out didn't have any of the weird stuff. It was just combat out in the open world.
Okay.
And so it was definitely a lot more.
Yeah,
it was a lot more than what you had to go through. There's no diamonds to pick up. There's no gold. There's no catbird narwhal. There's no young Noct. You're only old, and you're with his buddies. Because at the end of the demo, it says, in the game, you'll join older Noct and his friends. And so it almost made it sound like the actual game won't have young Noct at all.
Yeah, I don't think that it's going to, because I read up some stuff after I was done with it. And also, apparently by beating the Platinum demo, you unlock the ability to summon Narwhalio. I don't know what he's going to do, but I can summon him.
Summon in Final Fantasy.
Sounds riveting. Geez. Well, Chris, you get a platinum trophy from me just for going through that debacle. So I applaud you.
Well, I do what I can, you know.
I know, man. You're taking one for the team. I appreciate it.
Yep.
That's so funny. I love it.
And to think I still have to play Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes, you do.
Oh, yeah.
It's not near as weird as that platinum demo.
My name was going to be Catbird Narwhal in that one, if I can name myself. Mr. Patillo.
Yeah.
Talk to us, brother. How was your week?
Man.
How is the tour going?
It's good. I'm going into the last 4 shows of this tour, and I'm so happy to be getting back home. Been playing that Clash Royale like a mug.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
I'm trying to think. I finished China on Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Nice.
I liked it.
Good.
So I'm heading into uncharted territories with the next one, which is India? And that's the one you quit, right?
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
So we're gonna try to we're gonna try to pick up where Ed left off. And I finally beat H1Z1.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
Good
Blue
deal.
Nails.
It was glorious.
Oh.
So are you done with it now?
I was telling Stancil, because I had to call him. I was telling Stancil, I was like, I'm not itching for it like I was before I beat it.
You're done.
Yeah. So that was great, and it literally felt like a huge weight off my shoulders.
That's awesome.
I did it.
That was the Battle Royale one thing, right? That's what you're saying you beat?
Yeah, King of the Kill.
Oh, yeah, that's
King of the Kill.
Nice.
King of the Kill. I beat it by myself, no team,
Nice.
just
Good for you,
alone.
man. Good for you.
And man, I felt like a winner. I was like, yep.
Was anyone around? Like, did you scream?
No, I had to actually jump off real quick, because I think it was the last day I was home before I left on the road. And I was supposed to be packing.
But you were winning.
You were
exactly,
too
but I
busy
was
winning.
Yeah, I was too busy Charlie Sheening.
That's right.
So it was awesome. So I didn't really get to enjoy the victory, but I know it happened.
That's awesome.
right.
There you go.
Trying to think what else. Tour's going fine. We did some Top Golf today. Did I already say that? I think I did.
No.
So we just came from Top Golf. So that was really fun here in Oklahoma City.
I can't wait for that to be here in Nashville now, Gabe. We're going to have to go,
dude.
man.
Yeah, they're building one, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, we got to do that. We got to have a Top Golf night.
Toby goes, do you think that we really can't wait, or we're just excited because we just left? I was like, well, I'm excited to have the option of going. Right? I don't know that I'll actually go a lot, but I'm excited about the option. So that was good. So we're ending this thing out, going to try to end it strong. And I haven't been playing anything besides got to play China because we had a day off. So I was in the hotel with no internet. And so obviously The Division and Star Wars is all out the window because I can't, do anything. I really should have played Hitman, but China was the first thing to pop up. So I was like, okay. It's because I never know how long I was going to have to play. And so, pick up and play, and there's no 25-minute episodes in the middle of that thing. So
seriously,
I played that, and that was fun. So anyway, I'm boring. Nothing much is going on. So, Router, you got it?
I got it, brother.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's do it.
All right, let's do some new releases this week. The obvious one, of course, Quantum Break for the Xbox One and PC is out.
Nice.
So enjoy your 25-minute cutscenes. It will be glorious. Also, for the Wii U and the PS4, Lovely Planet. For the PS4, PC, and Xbox One, Dirt Rally.
Huh.
And Star Wars Battlefront came out with Outer Rim for the PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Little expansion.
Right.
And for the Wii, Wario Land, The Shake Dimension. There you have it. So here's something interesting. The charts are updated to last week.
What?
Oh, weird.
Interesting.
What are those guys doing over there? Trying to be excellent?
I think they got more staff is what I think would happen. I don't know what happened,
let's
but
hope.
I got more staff.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but week of April 2nd.
What?
No way.
Are they trying to be relevant or something?
I think this is an April Fool's joke or something. I don't know. Number 10, MLB 16 The Show for the PS3. Which is
what?
Exactly. That came out of left field.
Well, people love that game.
Number 9, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 PS4.
Of course.
Yeah. Number 8, GTA 5 for the PS4.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for the Xbox One.
Goodness gracious.
Number 6, Pokken Tournament for the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, EA Sports UFC 2 for the PS4. That's been strong. This is its third week, and it's already It's in the top 5. Number 4, Gears of War for the Xbox One. So there must have been a bundle sale or something. Had to have been. Number 3, Tom Clancy's The Division for the Xbox One.
There you go.
Wow. 2, The Division for the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
MLB The Show PS4 number 1.
Number 1.
Wow.
206,000 units.
Yeah, that game.
Wow.
Yeah, that game. Well, I mean, considering this really the only real baseball game that comes out, it usually gets a lot of hype.
Yeah.
Was that a PS4 exclusive? Like,
yes.
Were there? Okay.
Yeah, well, and that's also why PS3's on there. The
Right.
PS3
You mean a
was
Sony exclusive?
cracked the number 10 because that was the debut, and that sold 28,000 units just for the PS3.
Wow.
So that ain't
good
bad.
for those guys.
So, yeah, MLB 16 The Show takes the cake.
Good for them.
Nice.
Good
All
deal.
right. We got just 2 little oopses.
Uh-oh.
One is from at PJ4OSU. Okay, I gave Bojangles a 7.5. An overcooked biscuit and uncooked bow rounds definitely hurt its score, but I would go back. Overhyped.
It wasn't that bad, yeah.
America.
Hashtags. He wrote hashtag sorry. So he took Hall's advice, went to Bojangles, and I'm sure Hall would contest that it was probably just an off night for Bojangles.
Yeah,
Yes, of
everybody's
course.
got one every now and then, you know?
Exactly. And here we go.
We have them all the time.
Freaking Stancil is trying to call me out. He said, do I call Router out on Magnum PI? Hashtag not a cop. But...
Oh, not a cop show.
Yeah, but to Gabe, step off, young buck. The show rocked. So he was trying to call me out, but then he threw shade to Gabe, so I'm fine with that.
Exactly, yeah.
So, I mean...
So what was Magnum PI then? It wasn't a cop show? What was it? He was just a regular
Was he
guy?
a detective?
Yeah.
He was a Magnum PI. He's a private investigator. There were a lot of cops involved. He's got his... It was all kind of... It's similar, but not a full-on cop show, but it does deal with crime and locking people up and all that fun stuff.
And cops, yeah, sure.
And amazing show all around. So, Stancil, I applaud you. Thank you.
Yeah, and your bad taste. Stancil got bad taste in television. That's the problem.
That's good. He's going to come back and bite you on that one. He's
No,
coming
we were
back to
talking
bite you on that
about,
one.
I'm saying that because we were talking about Impractical Jokers.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, I can't stand that show.
Yeah.
What?
I understand. Now listen, because I had to call and confess this too this week when I called him. I had the H1Z1 news, and then I called him. I was like, hey, listen, I know I give you a lot of crap about Impractical Jokers, but I watched it for like 3 hours last night, and I still say it's not a good show, but there's definitely some very funny parts in Impractical Jokers.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
But I think they just overlaugh too much, and that bugs me. The way they laugh at each other is way too hard for what's actually going on.
That's what they get for being so funny.
Yeah, no, they're not that funny. Anyway, Chris McCracken,
Yes, sir.
start us off, brethren.
Well, so I'm going to go ahead and give out the details about the Final Fantasy. Good Lord. Final Fantasy 15. Can't even say it. That platinum demo, Narwhalio, man, he's all in mind.
Exactly. Got you twisted.
I know. Woo. Okay, so we have a release date, September 30th, 2016.
That's crazy soon.
Can't come soon enough.
And I think that means by the time...
I got to get out there and not buy it.
Exactly. By the time this game releases, I think it'll have been in development for over a decade, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
over 10 years.
I mean, yeah, 15's been promised for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's going to be a CGI movie with actors from Game of Thrones. They got Sean Bean and somebody else.
Hopefully they don't get Dinklage, because that Joker, the video game community does not like him.
Yeah, exactly. So they got that coming out. They will also have 5-episode anime prequel.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And I heard there's also going to be, along with this, there are 2 versions. Well, there's 3, I guess, technically. There's just the game. And then they came out with the deluxe edition, which that consisted of exclusive 2-disc steelbook, including the Final Fantasy 15 Kings Alive Blu-ray, which I think that might be, I don't know what that is. That's
you
something.
mean Kings Alive?
Oh, excuse me, Kings Alive Blu-ray.
Yeah, exactly.
And exclusive car DLC. And then there is the Ultimate Collector's Edition that comes with all that, plus a lot of other stuff that I don't.
These guys aren't helping my cause out at all.
The big thing about it is this huge statue of Noctis, I think, that you can get, and the deluxe edition is $89.99.
It comes with a deluxe. It comes with a statue and a lawyer for your divorce.
Yeah, exactly.
In my case,
she's definitely going to do it whenever she finds out the price of your collector's edition, because it was
here it comes
$280.
What?
Oh my Lanta.
That's hurts.
Oh, excuse me, $270. Saved you $10.
No.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm in.
It's saving me $200. Trust me.
But actually, you'll be okay because it's already sold out.
What?
Yeah, and they were making 30,000 units. In fact, they've come out and said, we're going to try and see if we can't make a few more. But yeah, it's sold out. And it was sold exclusively through Square Enix online store, and it sold out.
Oh, wow.
If anyone listening is one of the people who bought one, please write us and explain yourself.
Yes. You have some explaining to do.
Yeah, some explaining to do. Lucy,
So let's get down to brass tacks here. Gabe, are you playing this?
Yeah.
You're dead to me. I'm kidding.
I'm definitely playing.
Totally kidding.
Sure.
No, that's okay. Good. Well, I would.
I probably won't let's play it because it's
you
a
kind of have
RP.
to.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll
Can I at least
do it without commentary or something like that?
When you play it, can I at least come over just so I can see the madness?
Yeah, you definitely can. What I might start doing, especially because I feel like I'm not holding up my end of the bargain on the YouTube channel, I might start doing some let's plays with no commentary, because that's the hardest part on the road is fighting the engine noise. And, you don't want people to feel like, oh, Gabe's recording, we can't talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's no fun. So maybe I'll do it where it's just like story and wandering around, and maybe I'll do some after commentary or something like that.
There you go.
To where
And September 30th, will you be on a fall tour by that time?
Probably.
We'll be about to go back out again.
Okay.
And so I'll want to play it, but it'll just be too much to try to hook up a microphone and all that to get that done.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but I'm excited about it coming out. I'm a fan of Final Fantasy guy.
Yeah,
I played 13, even though it was terrible. I played 13-2, even though it was terrible.
Terrible.
I didn't play Lightning Returns, but I had to, you got to stop the madness somewhere.
but with you, do you really? I don't know about that.
I mean, so anybody see this whole Donald Trump Mass Effect business that went on?
Yes.
I didn't.
What the heck? So I think a fan made it.
Yeah.
A fan tweeted a cut together clip and sent it to Donald Trump of the elusive man talking.
Yes, I did see a screen grab of that.
And he retweeted it. And so now, EA and all those guys are all mad because now it looks like they're supporting Donald Trump.
But isn't the speech that was used one of actually in the game, he's like a crazy tyrant?
Yeah, from Mass Effect 2.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So I just thought it was funny the fact that Trump used that as well, because
he doesn't know. He just saw him sitting all cool with his cigar,
right,
and was like, "Oh, this looks just like
I gotta retweet that.
I gotta retweet,
exactly.
yeah."
So he blasted it out, and EA got all mad. But I mean, fans can make stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Trump didn't make it. It wasn't his people.
But Twitter took it down.
YouTube took it down too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Which I don't know. Only because he retweeted it, he took it down. I don't know if I made a cut together thing that looked like he was supporting something using game stuff. I don't know if that's wrong or not. Maybe it is some kind of copyright. I don't know.
It could be because he is a political figure going for a presidential candidacy that they have a very restrictive rules and regulations about likenesses and that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if because of that they just took it down.
Right.
Yeah. So,
but it looked cool.
Yeah. So the elusive man is voting for Trump.
Yep.
Clearly. Or Drumpf, whatever you want to call him.
Trumpf.
So I thought that was hilarious. I was like, only Trump.
Yep.
Oh gosh, just to go along with the laundry list of things that are hilarious about him is that the elusive man is repping for him.
Right.
So why are people calling Quantum Break broken?
I saw that article, and
I didn't see that.
And apparently, it's just a term that the writer for this paper used to say that they didn't like it. But he wasn't saying that it was broken. He was just saying it's not good.
Yeah, probably a poor choice in words, because that can indicate to any gamer that something else is wrong with it. But
that it needs a
they're throwing all kinds of shade on Quantum Break right now, which is really weird.
Ed, are you able to see through their eyes and understand what they're not liking about it? Or are you having so much fun with it that
it doesn't matter?
It seems like
I can understand. I can see what they're saying, but it's hard for me to not apply it to every third-person shooter.
Interesting.
Okay, there you go.
And I'm not done with the game, but some people just don't like this. Some people thought the story was weak. I'm enjoying the story. Some people, they aren't a fan of watching the 25-minute little mini movies.
Right. I'd probably be in that group.
But I can, to a point, I can see what they're saying.
Okay. All right. Because as the one person that's playing it, I was like, I wonder if it's at least like that their opinions are even valid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they're
and I've kind of seen it swing. Like before it came out, I didn't read anything, but I saw a headline saying people aren't liking it. But now that it's come out, I've seen a lot more positive about it.
Do you think that's anything with anything that's hyped and been worked on for a long time?
Absolutely.
Probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like it's not going to be perfect. Goodness gracious.
I mean, Batman vs. Superman is doing great at the box office,
It's doing incredible at the box office.
Despite what, people are saying about it.
Here's the funny thing. I think Batman vs. Superman is a good movie. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people are leaving the movie not liking it. So here's the tale of two cities, or two American Idols, right? So Colton Dixon is out with us. And we went and saw it. Remember, I told you guys he said he hated it, right?
Right. Yes.
He went and saw it on the road the other day. He came back. I was like, Colton, what do you think? He's like, I loved it. I was like, see? And then he texted Chris Daughtry, and Daughtry went and saw it. What did Daughtry think? Hated it. Went and saw it for a second time, liked it. Went and saw it for a third time, loved it.
Really?
Wow.
So there's something about that movie that's a little weird that I haven't seen with a lot of movies before. And I think I went in just a little bit more open-minded about it. So I loved it. But everybody I know is seeing it, hating it, but then going and seeing it again and not just liking it, but loving it after they see it a second time.
Wow.
Interesting.
Which I thought has been really interesting. Yeah.
Now, I have a buddy who is a huge Batman fan, and I was asking him about it, and I said, "So, did you love it?" He said, "I did. I didn't care about all the critic stuff. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. Is it completely by the comic books? Maybe not, but it didn't matter. I think as a fan, he just enjoyed it. So good. I mean, I think it's one of those movies that could go either way.
Yeah.
There you go. And then, Ed, I have another question for you. This is another little news item.
Yes.
Miitomo.
Yes.
It's past 3 million downloads and growing.
I know.
What the heck with this game?
I know. I was what the heck in it for probably 5 or 6 days, and I don't think I opened it once today.
So is it strong up? Is it a sprint?
It's a sprint, and then it's a. What am I sprinting for? I've still got Alto's Adventure here.
There you go.
I want him to add more to it. It was kind of cool to begin with, but then it doesn't go much deeper.
That's what I was wondering, because I saw that you had put up that picture of your
that was
like
good.
of all the dishes.
Right.
You got that picture of all the dishes, and I was like, I wonder what it is that Ed's doing, because I started the game, made my little me, linked it up to my account so that my me came over, and then I was like, all right, got some friends going, asked some questions, got asked some questions.
Right.
What's after that?
Close.
Seeing how ridiculous you can answer more questions.
Okay, so the question is it. There's no games or anything
There's
to be played?
like a mini game where you can drop a me. It's kind of like Plinko and win like a free shirt.
Or candy or
candy.
stuff.
But it's basically the questions.
So there's no lasting appeal.
I don't know. I mean,
it depends.
Yeah, I still see people like on Twitter tweeting about it and stuff. So for some people there is, but I kind of went through it pretty quickly, I think.
Chris, what about you?
I am still messing around with it, and I was absolutely one of the people who was like, okay, this is kind of a fun little distraction, right when it dropped. It was like, but I don't really see myself messing around with this past the weekend, which I don't really play mobile games anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's the whole, like, is this even a game? But I really don't play anything. I mean, Hearthstone's about the only thing I play on my phone, and I don't even play that as often, or it comes and goes. I'd much rather play on my iPad. So I think this fits better for a thing for me to do on my phone that is game related. So I think that's part of the appeal. You get points towards your My Nintendo stuff, which I don't have one of those yet. I haven't set that up. So there's some incentive there too, because you're earning points or coins or credits or something that you can use, as far as I understand it, to buy like real stuff in the eShop or something, I think.
Okay.
And besides that, a lot of people that I'm seeing that are saying that they're enjoying it and continuing to enjoy it is they like the idea of a social network where they can talk with their friends, whether it's silly or not. But it's not like bogged down with all the other stuff that like Facebook is bogged down with and all the real life stuff. It's more lighthearted. Yeah. And plus the whole me photo thing where you can bring in your real photos and pose your me however, like people are really going gaga over that.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so those seem to be the two big draws at the moment. It does seem like there's going to be more stuff coming. I don't know if it's been said specifically what that's going to be. One of probably the main reasons that I log into it every day is because I have an outfit idea that I'm going for. And every day I check that store and see if there's a piece that'll go towards this outfit I'm working towards.
That is really funny.
But I mean, I do that right when I wake up. And then if it's not there, I don't really have a reason to do it. But I'm still logging in, answering people's questions to get the little coins to pop up.
Yeah.
See, that's my thing. I think there was just too much typing for me. And maybe it's because, I linked to the Married to the Games Twitter, and maybe it was just too overwhelming at first.
Yeah.
Like, I probably had to remember, didn't I show you the list of friend requests? And so I was like,
oh, wow.
I literally had to sit down for like 15 minutes straight.
Oh
just
my
going,
gosh.
Accept.
Oh, wow.
Accept. And so maybe it's just I didn't ever get to do anything. But
right.
And I think I like answered 4 questions, like ribs, on tour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, maybe I'm missing something. But
I really, there's really not much to it. And I can't give you a real answer as to why I'm still checking into it every day other than the outfit thing. But even that's going to lose its appeal to me. I don't know. I can't
once
explain
you win H1Z1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like once I get that outfit made, I'm going to be like, I won the game. I don't have anything else to do.
Exactly. Give us something else, Chris.
All right. So we were talking about Quantum Break and people like about Quantum Break. Well,
yeah.
It seems that Uncharted is saying that the ending to Uncharted is probably going to make people argue.
Oh, dang it.
Imagine that.
They're getting out ahead of it, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And he said,
you guys are going to be mad.
He said, I would rather people hate it than be indifferent to it.
That's terrible. I hate that answer.
No, I'm with you, man. I do not like that answer at all. That's kind of like we tried.
That's like being like, hey, I'm going to write this song, and I'd rather you hate it than just be okay with it.
Right.
What about I'd rather people love it?
Yeah, how about
I want people to love
pride in your craft, man.
Well, but you got to think. So this is Neil Druckmann. He's the guy who wrote The Last of Us, and he's responsible for that ending, which was a very, I don't know if controversial, but definitely one that was discussed in a lot.
It was divisive. It was dividing
a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know that he literally, I mean, he has that quote, but I don't know if he's really expecting people to be angry. I mean, you got to think. there's probably going to be somebody that's upset because if this truly is the last one, everybody's got in their mind built out a certain way. It needs to end like this. So you're not going to please everybody. But I would be willing to bet it's going to be more of a it ends the way that he feels is the best send off, and he's expecting it to be controversial. He said, according to focus groups, there's been some indifference, like people kind of arguing back and forth about the ending. What does that mean exactly? We'll find out here shortly.
Oh, man, it's going to be a Mass Effect 3 ending controversy all over again.
Oh, man.
I don't know. We'll see.
Which, to me, wasn't a controversy, so I'm cool with it. I just can't wait to play that game anyway, so it'll be fine. It will be fine.
Jeez Louise.
I'm still expecting to be good and be happy with it.
But
Me too.
I still don't like that statement, though. It just is like, I'd rather people
it seems a little flippant.
Yeah, like, it just seems like he kind of seemed like he's just not happy with it. That's what that says.
Well, it sounds
that's what
like,
that says to me.
I think he's like standing next to his guns and he's just getting prepared, like, so he can say, I told y'all that some people would hate it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that.
So I think he's just getting out in front of it, but it just like sounds like such an awful thing to say.
It does, right?
I know, right?
It sounds like, you know what? I'm so tired of talking about this. Here you go.
Exactly.
It's going to spit it out.
Maybe this, I'll read a little bit more of the quote for you, see if this makes you feel any better. He said, I think people will discuss the ending. If focus group tests are anything to go by, there will be some arguments about the ending. I'm excited. He says specifically, I'm excited. Indifference would be the worst thing. I would rather people hate it than be indifferent to it. We'll see how they react. So that's the full quote.
Okay, thank you. That's a little bit better context. I'm not mad at him. That's fine.
So whatever. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking.
Game's all fired up now.
I think everything they do, I pretty much agree with. So I'm not even worried that Neil's going to come with something crazy. I think it's gonna be awesome, and it's going to be what it needs to be. And I mean, an ending is an ending. Like, how often do we watch a movie and we're like, I love the movie. The end was, And granted, when it comes to movies, especially, it's not as much time is invested as video games, but Lost was the same way. Like, it gets to the end, you've invested for 6 seasons, and it ends the way it ends, and you're like, But Lost was one of those endings I hated at first, took a couple days, and loved it. I was like, okay, I'm glad it ended like that.
There you go.
And you got 6 seasons of fun before the ending, so.
Well, you got 3.5 seasons of fun. True. Let's not get crazy.
I got 3 seasons because then I fell off.
Yeah.
Let's not get crazy. Say every season was good. We got the PS4 3.5 system update coming, which enables remote play on that PC or Macintosh computer. So you've got to have Windows 8.1 or higher. So you guys hanging on to XP because it does best with the drivers. Come on up.
Yep.
8.1 or higher. Mac OS X 10.10 or 10.11.
Yep.
And the remote play app. And it will stream it, if you got good internet, lay that out there. 720p, 60 frames per second, with 540p and 30 frames a second being the default. So you got to up it to 720. It's not going to automatically start there. So if you start it up and you're like, this don't look like 720, just go to the settings, settle down. And you will be able to use the DualShock 4 on your PC, but it will have to be through a USB cable, which... right now I can use it Bluetooth, so that's a little frustrating on my laptop. But remote play,
Yeah.
I've never found a good use for remote play yet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm usually still in, I don't know. I do my laptop and my PlayStation through the same monitor, so I'd be just doing it to try it out, but my PlayStation would be sitting right there, so I don't know the use for me yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that's kind of the same for me. My computer's right here by my PlayStation 4, and so I'm going to try to take a DualShock 4 up to work and put the app on my computer there and try it so that maybe on lunch I can play something. But I don't know if it's going to work. Not the remote play itself. I don't know. Whenever I've taken my Vita up to work and tried to remote play from there, I think our network blocks PSN, so...
Oh, right.
So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get through anyways. Because the other way that I've done it is I've connected like a hotspot on my phone and done it that way. But I don't know if that's going to be strong enough to do it.
No way.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
We'll just have to see.
Think so. What else you got, Chris?
I have a dead iPad.
I got something.
No,
braggart.
It came back alive.
Exactly.
Haha. Did you guys see this story about the Sony employee that made the custom DualShock 4 controller for the guy with cerebral palsy?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
I heard
an
about
awesome story. So the guy who made it, his name is Alex Nawabi. That's how I'm going to say it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just made this controller, and he wasn't asked to do it. He just said, you know what, I'm going to take this on my own shoulders.
Wow.
And I'm going to make this controller for him.
That's awesome.
And he made it to him and mailed it to him, gave him this whole big letter explaining how, you know, hey, I got your letter and it touched me. I wanted to take this on myself and just do this for you. And then he said, you know, let me know if you have any problems and let me know if it all works out, because I'm going to make you a second one as a backup in case anything ever happens to this one.
That's amazing.
That's so cool.
How awesome is that?
That was a really, really cool story.
Give that man a raise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going to greet us in heaven.
Right?
Hey, are you that guy that made that controller? Yes, I am. Come on in. Sweet. Where's St. Peter at? He's on break.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's great. What a great thing.
Yeah,
Great
That's
story.
humans treating
Love that.
humans right.
Hey, there's still some humanity in this world.
Right?
Yeah, there's good people out there. I wanted to talk about real quick before we move on. April Fool's happened.
Yeah.
Yes,
while
it
we
did.
were on break, and with April Fool's comes just not being able to trust anything on the internet.
Yes, sir.
So some gaming April Fools that came out was The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt All About Roach.
Yeah.
So it was all about Roach, including a interview with Roach's voice actor, which I don't think Roach had a voice.
That's amazing.
So I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I thought that was really funny.
It was funny.
The Chocogo, which is nobody's gonna find this funny but me, but it was supposed to be Uber except on chocobos, and chocobos are the big yellow birds that you ride in all the Final Fantasy games.
Oh, nice.
There's a couple things that go across all Final Fantasy games. Chocobos are one of them, and a character being named Sid is one of them. And so anybody who's played Final Fantasy knows chocobos, and that would be hilarious. It's kind of like ostriches, really. People ride ostriches like grown men.
Do they?
That's good.
I mean, not guys my size, but I've seen it happen. And then NVIDIA having a energy drink. It was going to be called the GeForce GTX energy drink.
Nice.
And NVIDIA video cards for PC gamers, they'll know what that is. Us console guys are like, what you need a video card for? Just put the CD in the thing and put the thing on the TV.
You just needs the HDMI cable.
Or need power cable, HDMI cable,
I got the Bluetooth.
and get her going. Where is my dongle?
The Bluetooths.
What a callback.
Thank you. Did you guys see any April Fool stuff that was any good?
I purposely didn't pay much attention because I was like, I don't want to get roped in to anything.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was like,
You didn't feel like getting rickrolled this year?
I'm going to avoid the internet for that day. Thank you.
I think,
Right.
was it Northern Toilet Paper put out a video for artisanal toilet paper made of wood?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
It was actually really funny, really well done.
that's good.
That's
I did
hilarious.
see the Google cardboard plastic. I did see that video.
Yeah.
Where you're just looking in real life and like, the resolution is so high.
Google cardboard plastic.
Yeah, it's just this plastic, like see-through piece of plastic they just put on their face shaped like Google cardboard.
I heard Gmail did one that didn't go over very good.
The mic drop.
Yeah, the mic drop with the minions.
Yes.
What happened with what went so wrong with it though that they took it down?
Because
Remember?
people didn't realize you could send the mail or you could send it and mic drop, and they didn't explain what that was. And basically what that means is you would send it and then Gmail would block it so you wouldn't see any more replies from that person again.
No way.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you could find them in all mail, but they wouldn't show up in your inbox. So it was kind of like you were replying, mic dropping, and they can't talk to you anymore.
And then they can't talk to you anymore. Yeah.
Right.
Golly. That's funny.
Interesting.
Chris, you got anything else before we?
Nah, nothing pressing.
Eduardo,
Yes.
we've heard a little bit about what's going on, but what's the YouTube got cracking?
Let's see. Last week, our top 10 videos included Lego Dimensions, some more Trackmania Turbo. Chris is going for 100%. Metal Gear Solid 5. Rise of the Tomb Raider. This War of Mine. Still up there.
Really?
Sherlock Holmes still up there.
I probably should put some more of this war about it.
I know, right? Let's see. I finished Second Son, so that is completely up there now. Chris's Minecraft story mode and his Final Fantasy videos are up, and then we've got Quantum Break going up, and I think by the time this podcast drops, we'll have about 14 episodes up, which is probably about almost four and a half hours.
Wow. Crushing it, man. You are crushing it.
We're all crushing it. So yeah, it's been awesome.
I got something real quick, Star Wars related. So tomorrow morning, this will be old news, but tomorrow morning, Good Morning America, Star Wars Rogue One teaser trailer will be revealed.
No way, already?
Yeah, they had a teaser for the teaser that they released today, like a 1 second little clip.
1 second screen clip.
Yeah.
Yep, I can't wait.
You have a crazy looking stormtrooper.
What is Rogue One?
So,
Lord.
I could be wrong.
And we just lost 300 listeners.
Address your tweets to.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
#NTTG
Married to the
Rogue One is going to be how the rebels got the Death Star plan. So it's in between 3 and 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that was the name of it. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it's the anthology movies that they're going to be sprinkling in between the full numbered episodes.
Yes. Exactly. So, and
this is the one where Spider-Man finally appears, right?
Yes, at the
absolutely.
end.
Right at the very end. He says, "Hey guys."
Yep. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. It's going to be great. I'll probably watch that teaser over and over again.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different, but it was a little different. We were asking who's coming to 200.
Yeah.
Who's going to try to make their way there? Starting over on the forums, we've got Josh S., half of the street team.
Yeah.
He said, ditto what Devin said. Devin said he's going to be trying very hard to get there. He said, ditto what Devin said. I think I will be there, but that will depend on the old checkbook.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I'll work extra. He said, that said, I will work extra hours, sell plasma, auction off a kid, or whatever I need to try to get out there.
That's our street team loyalty, baby.
Exactly. He said, maybe I'll keep the kids. I'm saying 85% chance. Matt Lighty said Aaron and I will be there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Ohio represent.
Right.
Donnie Reese. You guys picked a really good week for me. I should be in attendance.
Oh,
come on, Donnie.
Beautiful.
Come on down, baby. Bring that Nintendo.
That's right. Oh, man, yeah.
Mo at Coach Hulks said, maybe Bread Fan and I should carpool. And Chris said, I would, but I'm taking Router's private jet. Yeah, Router, we need you to do some pickups.
Yeah, that's funny because it's not true.
So we had a conversation going back and forth on Twitter about like having a 3-on-3 basketball game going between some of the people that come down to visit. And I was going to be on a team with Devin and D-Spin. Yep. And then when Coach Mo started going, I said, all right, I'm defecting. I'm going over here with Coach Mo. And I'm going to be with him and I'm going to be with Josh, and we're going to get this done.
I love Coach Mo. Bring on some Coach Mo, baby.
No, that's right.
Definitely.
Zach Old at The Dark Legend said, just looked into it and I head to Alaska the day before.
Oh,
nice.
So that's
sorry, Zach.
Yeah, that's
sorry, Zach. So you have to fly from Alaska. Is what
I think
you're
that's a way better trip at this point.
Right.
Exactly. And Jackie Shock at Loot Wookie said, oh, man, I wish. We wish everybody was coming.
I know, man. It'd be incredible.
We're going to keep pumping it. July 16th, Nashville, Tennessee. Find your way there.
At Nissan Stadium.
We'll be renting out one row.
Not even.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, you guys know where to find us. Facebook.com/Married to the Games, Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Come to marriedtothegames.com. Check out the forums. We are talking and sharing links and talking over there. It's a good time. Also, come check out the YouTube channel. Ed and Chris doing their thizzle over there. I've been not doing my thizzle. I've been doing my thizzle out here sweating on stage for a living. But we love it. And Eduardo,
rate us on iTunes, because every time you do, it feeds a Narwhalio for 1 week.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Bravo,
Narwhalio.
And mic drop.
We won't be hearing from Ed anymore this podcast.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Let's get into some questions.
Hey, we have an achievement from one of our community members. He leveled up. He leveled up. Mr. Brett T. Bowden, congratulations. He was appointed principal at Magna Elementary School.
Nice.
There we go.
I
Good job.
I got a Facebook post from him, and so he's always been a great member of our community. So big ups to you.
Congratulations.
You're now at level 10. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
So that's really cool. All right, let's go on. Let's get into some email.
Good job, Brett.
Braylon Jones, what are some descriptor words that instantly turn you off to a game when being pitched? For me, it's words like craft or crafting, pirates, roguelike, and MOBA. I think that about sums it up for me too, Braylon.
Right,
That's perfect,
exactly. I was
man.
about to say, that sounds like Router's list.
Yeah, that's well, and throw in Final Fantasy too. And Catbird. Catbird is now on the list.
That's funny. What about you, Chris?
I want to stick with roguelike. I actually liked Rogue Legacy, but every other roguelike game I've played is like, I don't, no.
Don't like it.
No.
Ed?
Yeah, kind of the same as Router. Pretty much all of those are turnoffs to me, especially MOBA.
Yeah, definitely MOBA for me too. I don't mind crafting, actually. I got to say, like, craft, like, depending on what kind of crafting, because...
What about Minecrafting?
Minecrafting, no.
Yeah, you don't like that? That's weird. I would say, you know what's funny? Even though I play games like this, but when somebody says like, oh man, that RPG is a grinder, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Even though I know that that's part of RPGs. That's like that's the basis of RPGs, is that you have to level up and you got to do parts over and over again. But there's some games like, I feel like The Division is doing it well, where it's an RPG style game. There's grinding in it, but it's still, because it's a shooter, I think it feels exciting.
Yeah.
It's not like dungeon crawling like in most RPGs where you're like back in another dungeon and fighting people and turn-based combat, and finally I'm out and I'm up half a level.
Right.
Okay, gotta go do 3 more.
Right.
So when people say that, I'm like, I'm not playing that.
Yeah.
But usually when I play an RPG, that's what's going on.
Yeah, and I have to say, it's funny, in listening to like so many years of E3 and press conferences, the word immersive to me is just like, it's such a turnoff now. Because everybody says it. Like, you're going to be in an immersive world. And I'm like, okay, let's just, because every game has an immersive experience or whatever. So
Right.
I actually thought of another one. If I see Puzzler, I'm probably not playing your game.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm not. Sure. I mean, a puzzle here and there and everything is fine, but usually when you see Puzzler, it's like puzzles.
They for real mean it.
Yeah.
No. I got time for this. My brain already hurts. I'm coming here to relax.
Exactly.
Yeah, good question.
Good question, Brilliant. Thanks for that. Derek Putnam, fellas, going on an international flight on Friday, not in my private jet, thank you, and would love to play a game or two. What are your thoughts about playing games on a screen in public? I'd love to play Wolfenstein, but I feel like I should be as nonviolent as possible. Man, Derek, that's very responsible of you, because I think some people would just play whatever they wanted to play.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's up to you. I think international flights, a lot more people, but you also have a little bit more room, maybe. So you could probably play a little bit of it. I would basically suss out who's sitting around you and kind of make your decision then.
That's what I think, because I think the same thing with like rated R movies.
Yeah.
Like every now and then, like you could watch a rated R movie that's maybe got a bunch of language in it, but your neighbor doesn't know that it's got a bunch of language and might not be offended. And then there's other rated R movies that you should not be watching in public. And so, yeah, I think, just choose wisely. And there's a bunch of games out there. So if there's just take some safer games that you're like, maybe this, and if you get a window seat or something like that and you can angle it a certain way and you ain't got to worry about anybody, then, have whatever you want.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, and something that definitely goes with that, aside from just seeing who is around you when you first get there, something that'll help you make the decision too is have headphones of some sort.
Oh, yeah.
If they can't hear it, more likely they're not even going to be looking over and paying attention to what you're doing. So you can probably get away with playing whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you just tilt the screen a little bit, put them headphones in, and you're probably good to go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that came to mind was that I think it was one of the games of the year last year, Her Story.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great game. And basically, you're just looking at a woman on a screen talking. It looks like you're watching a movie, and it's a really great game to play. And that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. What about I guess I wonder what kind of screen. I wonder if he's going to be on an iPad.
Yeah.
A phone.
Yeah.
Laptop.
Don't know.
But The Rooms are great games. There's 3 of them out now, which I forgot. The third one kind of snuck out there. But there's some good games out there, man. I love room escape games. Mm-hmm. They can be just mind benders and take some time. You don't have to worry about offending anybody. Good question.
Have a safe flight, Derek. That's awesome.
Yeah, brother.
Moving on to Facebook, Jeremy Marsh. Who is getting Dark Souls 3?
Not me.
Not me.
Or me.
I thought about it. I've thought about it because I did really like Bloodborne. Even though I didn't finish, I enjoyed it. So I need to look into it a little bit more because the thing that I think I like about Bloodborne, people are saying it always felt a little quick, a little nimble. You could swoop around a lot. And from what I understand, Dark Souls is a much slower game. If Dark Souls 3 is slow as well, then I'm probably not getting it. But if it's picked up the pace a little bit, I might grab it once it goes on sale.
There you go.
Nice. I like that answer.
Perfect. Ed, did you chime in?
Yeah, I sang, man. I sang my heart out.
You did sing your heart out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you didn't hear that run?
You put it down. Moving on. Alejandro Grau. Are you more likely to be a good agent or a rogue agent in the dark zone of the Division?
Oh, good agent.
Yeah, I'd be good agent too.
Yeah, when I played the beta,
I would be good.
Yeah. I don't like stealing other people's hard-earned stuff.
That's good. That's good. And very noble of you, Chris. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say, Ed?
If I played it, I would be a good agent.
Yeah.
We are boring.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
We're just goody two-shoes.
I know. We need to get some bad boys on this podcast.
That's right.
Like, man, bump whatever everybody else is doing, man. I'll shoot them in their face.
Oh, you see that flare go up? Let's go get it.
Oh, you know what's hilarious? Tonight at Top Golf, they have like the big version of Jenga. Not real big, not the big ones, but like it was pretty good size.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that kept going was like every time he pulled a piece out, because it got really, down to it. And at the very end, he's getting it out. And he's like, whoa, this is what I do. I was like,
really?
This is the first time Jenga has ever felt street to me. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Jenga up in this piece. I run this thing, Jenga. I was like, what in the heck is going on?
Oh, that's amazing. This is what I do.
This is what I do.
Maybe he
Jenga.
puts up store displays at grocery stores. Like, this is what I do.
He's like, no, seriously, this is what I do is balance things.
Exactly. That's awesome. All right, moving on to Twitter. Spencer Stapleton at Krypton TKMC. Assuming Router follows through and plays Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Ooh, he said you don't do what you say.
Boom. Will he record it for the YouTube channel? I have to, right? I have to.
He's not going to do that.
You're not going to do it.
Well, Gabe, but here's the thing, Gabe. A,
I have to come over and set him up.
Yeah, you have to come over and set it up for me. And B, you have to be there with me to experience this mess.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Oh, it's going to be...
No, it has to, dude. I have to do that. It's for Gabe's sake.
That's true.
I have to do this.
Because how could I live without you?
You got to totally do it now, Router.
I know. I'm telling you right now.
You're going to do it for real?
I will do it.
What?
Gabe has to pay for it, but I will do it. That's the stipulation.
You got to give me the game. You got to give me a rocket. You got to give me a microphone. You got to show me how to use it, and then I will do it.
That's right.
Yeah. In other news, hell just got chilly.
That's right.
Satan looks around. Man, it's kind of cold in here.
Yeah, that's right.
Why is Hitler wearing a scarf?
I have plenty of Best Buy gift cards, so I will use it and I will play it. But Gabe, I definitely need you there for support.
Mm-hmm. I will. I'll be there.
Right,
I'll
cool.
be there.
Yep. You heard it here, episode 186.
That's right. Can't go back on it now.
Can't go back on it now. Okay, moving on. At Takano Rosen, for episode 200, you guys encourage bringing games/consoles for a game night situation.
We don't know what is going to look.
That's the thing. We don't know what's going on yet.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure Nissan.
Pack it all.
I'm sure Nissan Stadium has a few plugs somewhere.
We are trying to figure out like what's the best, and people can definitely send in when it gets closer. We'll maybe make it the question of the week, but as it gets closer, we need to try to find out something to do together because we did PT last time, which was so perfect.
That was amazing
to have everybody kind of in there and scared all together, or maybe I was the only one scared, but still. Yeah, it was fun doing it all together. You. So
it's a great question. We'll definitely we're going to start pulling everything together so we can do that. But we will have some sort of a night of mayhem. It'll be great.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, we will.
Moving on at Sith Nightmare. Hey fellas, the dynamic you have going on is great. Question: do you like games that combine two formats to tell a story, like Quantum Break?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Quantum Break's the only one that I can think of that combined two formats. And
they had
that I've played at least.
The Division did it a little bit. It's on Amazon. You can watch like a 26-minute movie, mini movie that kind of shows everything popping off and where the agents came from.
Oh, okay.
So I watched that and that was fine. The acting's all right. It's good enough.
Right.
But if it was forced, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of would rather stick to a single format and go from there.
Yeah, but me and change aren't great friends.
I don't think I'll have a problem with it. I haven't gotten to the cutscenes yet in Ed's playthrough on YouTube because I'm going to watch it there. So I haven't reached that to see how I feel about it yet. But there was, in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, and then also in Infamous Second Son, you know how it had those cutscenes where it switched to like a almost comic book style? Would that count? I'm trying to think of another game that has two formats.
Kind of, I think. I know what you're talking about in Second Son, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Peace Walker was the same way. All the cutscenes, so to speak, were like this kind of comic booky anime almost style.
Like if I had a game that jumped back and forth between playing on the console and then having to do something on my phone, I don't think I'd like it.
Yeah.
No, probably not. Two different. Don't like the idea of two different devices necessarily if they're screens.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't think of another one besides Quantum Break, and I'm only watching it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I want to play it.
It's a really good question, though. I like it.
Real good.
Which, by the way, Ed, I made a comment about this not too long ago, but since you recently played Infamous Second Son, do you feel like Infamous Second Son and Quantum Break are kind of very similar? Do you get that vibe at all?
Sometimes when he will use his power, it kind of looks like when he used his power in Infamous.
Yeah, like when he had the neon powers.
Although I did find out this week that freaking Stancil also worked on Quantum Break, so I'm doing that. I'm saying that's the common link.
It must be. Stancil unites us all.
Yeah, doesn't he? At least for 4 months, he does.
Yeah,
exactly.
He had maybe one scene in that whole thing, I'm sure.
See that eyelash blink? Man, that was all me.
Right.
Stancil, baby.
He was in charge of the main character's left foot.
That's
left foot,
awesome.
best foot.
Good question. Moving on at It's Rolly B. Your opinion on the 10 years waiting for Final Fantasy 15?
That's too long. Because nothing can live up to 10 years. Nothing can live up to 10 years of hype. If I told you, like, man, I'm having a kid, man, he's going to get here in 10 years.
Yeah.
Everybody would be like, boo, once he got here. Like, that baby's not cute.
Your baby ugly.
Not for a 10-year wait. Yeah. For that joke to be in the crock pot for 10 years, you better come out with a job.
Yeah. Yeah, way too long.
I think so.
Anybody else?
I agree.
It's way too long, and we'll have two chances to see if the game lives up to it. Final Fantasy and then The Last Guardian.
Yes.
Because that game, I don't think it was quite 10 years, but I think it was 8 or 9.
It's been a long time they've been talking about Last Guardian, Doc.
Moving on at Jamin Bissett, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? Ooh, I like this one.
Ooh, cookie dough.
Cookie dough?
Yep.
Yep, cookie dough here too.
It depends on where I'm at, man. Baskin Robbins, always go with chocolate chip.
Ooh.
My favorite is any kind of coffee flavor, but most places don't have that, so I go with cookies and cream.
They don't?
A lot of places
don't have coffee?
Man, Breyers probably has the best coffee ice cream.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah. It's really good.
we have this gelato place here in the Dallas area that's called, I don't know if they're national or not, but it's called shoot, now it's escaping me, Pachugo, and they always have a good coffee gelato.
Nice.
The first time I went to a Cold Stone Creamery was in Nashville, and I'd never been to one, and I was so stoked that they had all these things to choose from, and I was like, yeah, I'll take gummy bears and put some gumballs in there. Mm-hmm. And the guy looked at me and he said, "Are you in third grade?" I was like, just put it on, and I'd give you my money.
Yeah. Just give me the ice cream, fool.
You're like, how do I say you work at an ice cream place without offending him?
I know. I was like, I just got shamed by the ice cream man.
Unbelievable.
Do you even ice cream? He's sitting there confused. Do I even ice cream? What does that even mean?
Do you know your right forearm is way bigger than your left?
Oh, good one. All right, at Arctic Warlocks. Been with my current employer for 10 years now. Shout out to Dynamics Engineering. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Nice.
What's your longest employment / job and shortest stint?
Wow.
Longest is me right now. It's my own business.
What's your shortest?
Good question.
Well, how long have you been doing your own business?
Since 2001.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Yeah, buddy. Shortest was probably, what did I do? I was for my summer job, I was a mailman.
No way.
It was, dude, it was awesome.
I've always wanted to know how that works.
It was phenomenal. I had to do like 40 hours of driving the mail trucks, both right side and left side ones. And I loved it because I was outside and they gave me routes that was in an area where it's not like it is now where all the mailboxes are right there and you basically don't have to get out of your car. I used to have to park the car and walk like several blocks up and down and then deliver mail. And I loved it. It was great, but it was only for a summer. It was great.
Did you ever get attacked by a dog?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
No way. That's real.
The real thing about it, and what I've heard, and I could still be wrong. This could be an oops, but I've heard that it's the smell of the envelopes, like either the gum, like the adhesive on the envelopes. It's the smell that drives them nuts.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, but they used to tell you, hey, if you have a mailbag with you, put the mailbag between you and the dog. And normally the dogs would like come running up like they're about to pounce on you. But if you put that mailbag in between, then they just kind of back off. So it's one of those, I'm coming, psych. And then they walk away and it's pretty cool. But most of the time, there was only one place where when I put the mail in the mail slot, the dog was grabbing it.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. But that was a great job. I loved it.
Can y'all come get y'all's dog, please?
Seriously.
Before he gets kicked in the throat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because you kick a dog in the throat, all of a sudden you're the bad guy. They're like, hey, my dog. You're like, hey, listen.
Do you see this chunk out of my leg?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my legs. He got 4 legs. He'll be just fine.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly.
Nice. What about you, Eduardo? Longest and shortest stint at a job?
Longest was probably, I started working at the radio station here in Lancaster in 98, 99.
Oh, wow.
And then even after I moved away, I was still doing stuff for them remotely, making promos and stuff like that. And so I just stopped with them last year or so.
Wow,
so that
man.
was probably my longest.
How many years was that?
Wow, I don't know. Almost 15, I guess.
Wow.
15, 16.
Christopher?
My longest is the current job that I have. In June, I'll have been with the company for 11 years.
Fantastic, man. Good job.
Yep.
There you go. What's your shortest, Chris?
My shortest is half a day.
What?
Nice.
Ain't nobody gonna beat that. How did that work?
I went to orientation to be a server at a restaurant, and I let you know it's only half day. They're just kind of telling you, giving you the ropes, and they give you your apron or whatever. And then I went home, and then the next morning I pulled up, and I'm sitting in the parking lot because I get there early because I'm always early, or usually I am. And I see this guy pull up a few rows down from me. He stops, he gets out of his car, puts on his apron, and he turns around, and he's got this most I'm dead inside look and walks inside. And I just said, nope. And I turned on my car and drove away.
No way. Wow. Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. And I actually drove right from there to a company that my stepmother at the time was working at, applied, and got a job there the next day.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Because I knew I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't, nothing. God bless servers. I mean, I will always tip because it takes a wonderful person to do that. I was like, there's no way I can. It's going to take one person to set me off, and there's no way I can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
what restaurant was it?
Abuelos.
I've never heard of that.
Abuelos.
Does that mean grandmother in Spanish or something?
It's grandpa.
Oh, grandpa.
Abuela would be grandma.
Yeah, male and female. Got you.
Ed, you tell us. What does that mean?
Racist. Someone's racist.
Yes.
He's only half Mexican.
I grew up in Indiana.
I didn't know.
So wait, you're Indian?
That's like Chris. Tell me a poem in Celtic.
Good point.
So true.
That's great.
Oh man, so racist.
Ed, what was? Gabe, what was your shortest? Because you had several jobs, right?
Yeah, I've had a bunch. I think
it was the Cold Stone Creamery in Nashville when an Ed Placencia walked in, right?
You know what's funny? What's funny is that I guess I never got paid, but I kind of have a thing kind of like Chris too, where I applied to work at this bookstore and they were like, "You've got the job. Come meet with the manager." I was like, "Cool." And in that time, I'd got my hair twisted up. And so I went to the meeting with the manager and the manager's like, "Hi, nice to meet you." I was like, "Nice to meet you too." And he goes, "Man, I wish you wouldn't have done that to your hair."
Oh, see you later.
Oh, no.
And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, well, you still got the job, but I wish you would have talked to us about your hair." And I was like,
wow.
And it wasn't even like a crazy haircut. I just had gotten it twisted. And for white people, I'm trying to think how to best explain. Like Eddie Murphy in Metro. So look up Eddie Murphy in Metro. Yep. Chris and Ed and Tim, go ahead and type it in. I won't be offended. And that's what my hair looked like. And so he was like, "All right, well, meet us on Tuesday at orientation for the job." And I just didn't show.
Good for you.
I was like,
wow,
bump that.
Yep.
If they ain't gonna let me be me, because this is me for 2 days.
That's right. Don't get it twisted now.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. I'm staying twisted.
His hair doesn't look that crazy.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't look nuts. But it was like a Christian bookstore, and they were like,
"That's why."
Come to find out later, they're like really
racist.
I don't know. I guess anti-black people having any haircut but cut all the way off.
Right.
They prefer the Precious Moments cowlick.
Bingo. Precious Moments cowlick. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, and I've been with Toby. March last month was 14 years.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So I've been with him for a long time.
Good stuff. Great question, man. Thank you for that.
Good question.
Yeah.
All right, we got these last two. We'll just knock it out. Our girl Haley is back at Vault Girl.
Oh yeah.
Any upcoming releases that interest you?
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
And I'm kind of interested to watch Chris play No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Since Chris is the only one that's like all about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Uncharted, Doom, No Man's Sky. I got a lot of games coming up that I'm excited about.
VR.
Yep.
Just period.
Dishonored.
Yeah.
Oh, Dishonored 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Is that this year?
I don't know. I don't think that's been announced yet.
Huh. No, but they've got that. Remember, they've got that trailer up that we talked about last week.
But man, I just can't wait for Final Fantasy 15, though. I mean, whew.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's electric.
Good question, Haley.
Thank you, Haley. Narwhalio. Thank you, Haley. Great question. Keep it up. At Lane Storm. So, Quantum Break is really fun. When are each of you going to play a game that is way out of your, quote, normal comfort zone?
Ooh.
That's good. Well, I will when Final Fantasy comes out. I'll be way out of my comfort zone.
Yeah. Man, that's a good question. I don't reach out that much.
I feel like really, I'm not sure what that means out of my comfort zone. I've played like I played what's the Titanfall. I tried it and it was okay. It wasn't really my thing, and I don't know, but I don't know if it wasn't in my comfort zone. It just wasn't my taste, I guess.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that each time a Hitman comes out, it's actually outside of my comfort zone. As much as I like those games, they're just like a little too smart for me. And so I always struggle with it. and maybe that's why I haven't made another episode, because I'm like, they're always hard for me to play. And so like trying to think of all the different angles that they want you to, I end up, and then this is why my Let's Play is going to be so boring. I end up dressing up like somebody, killing somebody else, dressing up as them, and then making it to my mark.
Yeah.
But there's like 30 different ways in this new one that you can accomplish your goals. And so as I go through the game, I think that game's always usually outside of my comfort zone. Chris?
I don't know. I was being serious earlier. I may actually give Final Fantasy 15 a try based on how that last little part of that demo was. And that I would say is out of my comfort zone because I've never played a Final Fantasy game, but that's the only thing I can think off the top of my head that might apply.
I like that. That works perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. Good question.
Thanks, everybody, for all the questions.
Yeah. We appreciate it. The question of the week for you guys might be a little weird, but the guys over at Microsoft said this last week that they will not be doing an Xbox 1.5 like PlayStation is rumored to be doing the 4K, the PS4K, or the PS4.5. So what do you guys think about this extra hardware? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you want the console to stay the way it is without add-ons and just trust that they, had the foresight to make a good console for the next 5 to 8 years like our last consoles? Or do you like this whole maybe added to or new console thing? Do you like what this might be saying? Ed?
I don't feel like I need anything extra. I'm having fun with the games that they've been giving me so far, and I got no complaints.
Router?
I'm cool.
Chris McCracken?
I don't like the idea of piecemealing add-ons. If it's a full console that they're coming out with, I still don't think it's the best idea, but I'll buy it. I'm good with it.
Yeah. I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't like that more people could be left behind. I think I watch my wife's side of the family, they still are rocking a PS2.
Yeah.
And so now I know that's an extreme case and they're not really gamers over there, but I don't like people being left behind. So if I saved up to buy a PS4 and then, especially for the latecomers, and let's say in the next year, the PS4K comes out and those guys can be left behind. I don't like that. I like us all being the PlayStation family all together as we, go on, in the Xbox family, and like everybody's on level playing field. And I know that's not realistic and that PC people deal with different levels of gamers all over the place. But I felt like consoles should be, this is just me personally, and I'm not taking away from what Chris said, but consoles for me were always the one console. And no matter if I get it now or if I get it 6 years from now, I'm still playing with my guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one doesn't have an advantage over the other. So for me personally, I'm like, I'm not loving it only because people can be left behind.
There it is.
So that's how I'm saying. But let us know what you guys think. Use hashtag #AnswerMTTG, and for the internet, I'll try to come up with a better way to word that question because it is a mouthful. But we'll figure it out. Thank you guys so much for listening, man. 186 in the books. And we're going to keep it moving, man. Every week, we going to be here for y'all. Y'all stick around, subscribe, do what you got to do. Come check out Married to the Games. We love doing this. We love talking to you guys about it. I am Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And just for people that are wondering, that have been listening to a long time, Router's to my right. Ed's to the front. And Chris McCracken is to the left.
Beautiful.
That's how I'm pointing.
I love it.
Right, straightforward, left. And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing.